Hello, everybody. It is Tuesday. How are we doing tonight? We are way more-ish than 8. Way more-ish than 8 tonight. How are you tonight? Hey, Kitty. So glad you still waited for me. Hey, Adele and Dazzle. Great to have you. Zach, days before the wedding. I was thinking of I almost called your mother tonight to check in on her. I'm worried about her and this, it's not easy being mother of the groom. I mean, there's a movie about it or something, I think. And I have been thinking about her. So let her know I'm thinking of her. I'm not worried about little Missy. She'll show up with an entourage. But I have been thinking about your mother. How is everybody tonight? What are we grateful for this Tuesday? It is Tuesday, people. Tell me what we are grateful for tonight. As I get used to my new digs here, they're trying to move my set here tonight. So I came home to a different set. You'll have to let me know what you think. They're moving me around. I'm not sure it's got enough room for me. Trying to be confining. She's fine? Okay, good. Nice customers. I like nice customers. I like nice customers. Most people are nice. Hey, Kelly, great to have you here tonight. Great to have you here. Good to have everybody here. I am thinking of your mom. I'm concerned about her, I mean, I know she's trying on her 12th outfit and trying to decide, how people are going to say she looks better than the bride and everything, but how she's going to downplay that. She's practicing her words for that. Rachel's going to be awesome. Lots to look at, yes. It is great to be here. It's great to be here. It's been a long day, but it's been a good day, a productive day. We got a lot done. Yeah, a lot going on. Lot going on in this crazy world, but it's all good. It's just been long, and I said not to shortchange you guys, but I did make the decision. I was already running so late that I decided to inhale dinner before I came on versus after. So I inhaled dinner real quick before I came on tonight. So I could eat with the family, even though the family had mostly eaten already. But they were all there to sit with me. For all the Rachel should really wonder what it's going to be like on Saturday when I just crash this thing. When they say it's time for little Missy to dance, and there I am. I still have the tux from my wedding. So, I mean, I can black tie it here. Although I have a feeling you're going to be wearing flannel or something, Zach. I mean, I just see you in a flannel outfit of some sort. I could be wrong, but your bachelor party made me wonder. Have you looked up Luke and Laura yet? The wedding of the 80s. There were two big TV events in the 80s. Who Shot JR and Luke and Laura getting married. I'm just saying this has something to do with one of those. Yeah, Cassandra keeps on wondering if I'm going to be in Illinois on Saturday. It would not surprise, well, quite honestly, I don't think it surprised anybody here if I was in Illinois on Saturday. Well, it is good to have you all here on this Tuesday, terrific Tuesday. Flannel face masks, I love it. Oh, this is good. Obviously, you have no concerns, no worries about getting ready for the wedding. I am a little concerned about business, though. You guys, in honor of the wedding, cut off consignments, so no consignments drop off this weekend because of the wedding. I think that was a little much. I'm just saying, you know, there are other people that can take consignments besides you and your mother. You know? And this would have been a perfect time to let them do it. So I'm just saying, there's still time to update that email. Okay, you did look up Luke and Laura. Yes, that's good. Hey, Lisa, yes, I am running late tonight. I am way more ish than 8 tonight. And I got dinner in just prior, so I snuck dinner in. And I'm better. I hope I am more entertaining and better to watch than the debate tonight. You can catch the highlights of that tomorrow. And they both have nothing on Trudeau, who's doing a great job during this. You know, he's just doing a great job. The wage subsidy, just some of the things they got. Yeah, well, you know, Zach, some wise person once said you can't sell what you don't have. I'm just saying, you know, if you can't sell what you don't have. I mean, they're going to take it all to Julie's store. I'm just saying. That is the rumor. Maybe I should come and work the store this weekend. Maybe instead of the wedding, I should work the store. Your staff would be so different by the time I'm done. Maybe I could go fill in at the store. Oh, that is an idea. We've done that one. Let's see. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we get this program started every night with the Good Morning, Good Night book. The Good Morning, Good Night book is how we get this party started every night. Tonight we are on page 82. 82 tonight. You're so pretty I can't look directly at you. You're an eclipse. Good morning. That is our good morning tonight. Let's see where that takes us. As we prepare, you know, you've still got another day left in September, and then we're going to flip it, people. We're going to do the flip. And we are going to hop right into Rocktober. Rocktober, you know, we will do that, and that is where we're headed here, people. So what do we got going on in the world? Hang on a second here. I got a few things going on tonight that we got to talk about. Oh yeah, Zach's booking me a flight now. All right, I like this. I'm going to Chicago. Cassandra's packing my bag. Dennis is with us tonight. Welcome, Dennis. Okay, so one of the topics this week that people have been I'm not sure Jen and Rachel are ready for me again. Didn't I scare them the last time I just showed, when I went to Zach and Marianne's and I stopped by your store, Julie? Didn't I just scare them by being in the building? When I just showed up? I mean, I have that effect on your people. Actually, I have that effect on a lot of people. A 2-for-1. All right. Well, since Zach is buying, Julie, I guess I can I can get Repeat Street and Best Friends. Okay, but I get dinner at Repeat Street because nothing against Best Friends, but Repeat Street's got the Chocolate Sanctuary right next to it, and a Dairy Queen. Oh, that's right. I'm going to get reception. But that's just got Taco Bell for the reception. He didn't want Rachel to know. Okay. So let's talk coins, people. Coins. I don't have any coins on me because there's a shortage. There is a shortage out there. It is not a conspiracy theory. There is a legitimate coin shortage out there. Partly because of circulation issues, and partly because of reduced workflow at Treasury. Think pandemic. They've, spread out the work areas. They have less people working. That whole 9 yards. So there is a coin shortage. So if you are an area that is been hit with the coin shortage, which I'm finding that really it's hitting some of the metro areas harder. So think your Atlantas, your LAs, possibly your Chicagos, although I don't think I've heard from anybody directly there. But that's what I'm seeing in general is the metro areas are being affected. So I've got people freaking out about it a little bit. Okay, and that's okay. I like to teach my staff sometimes, we've had, it was really, this is pre-pandemic. We had somebody that would freak out if we were low on quarters. Like, their anxiety level would go, like, through the roof, if we were low on quarters. And, I had to give them the secret that 2 dimes and a nickel equal a quarter. And that didn't quite, relax their anxiety, because customers will be upset if they don't get a quarter back. And I get that, but what is the real cost of change? So what do? If you're in an area that is hard, right, and Julie, I haven't had any issues either with my bank. I've talked to my bank about it, and they've told me that they aren't, they know of the reports too, that they do have some limitations placed on them on what they can order from the Federal Reserve for money, but for coin, but it has not impacted them at all. But if you're in an area that is, okay, and you're hey, Patty, that's okay. But if you're in an area that is having a coin issue, okay, and most people are pretty good about it. Most people, because all the big guys are rounding up and not giving change. Okay, they're saying they're giving it to charity or whatever, but they're rounding up. So if your order came to $25.39, they're taking that 61 cents and quote unquote donating it to charity. But they're not. But they're requiring you to pay $26, not $25. And so, I got into a discussion with a few store owners in the past week about this, and quite honestly, it's a numbers game. Okay, are you going to let somebody walk out and not shop with you because they're short 39 cents? So if they're only willing to give you $25 because they believe this coin shortage is a conspiracy theory, okay, and that you're just trying to scam them, are you going to make them give you 26, or are you going to let them leave with 25? What says you? What do you say? Are you going to let them give you 25? The total of the sale is 25. So you're going to let them give you $25 and leave, or are you going to make them give you 26? What do you say? Tell me about it. Anybody? Your choice is to take 25 or 26 for a 20. Julie's not worried about it. She's a free spender, a free thinker. Kitty's taking the 25 if push comes to shove. So's Julie. And that's right. I mean, you're ahead of the game. Think about it this way, okay? You know, while more people will give you the 26, okay, more often than not you'll get the 26. Think about it for a second. If instead they said, okay, I'll run my card, okay, that cost you more than 39 cents. Okay, if it was 89 cents, it cost you more than 89 cents. So, I mean, you know, just do the math for handling the card itself, and you realize that you're not out that much. Plus, more people are going to give you the 26. And it is goodwill. It's not fighting them, it's dealing with the reality. They don't know what you're up against as a business owner. They don't know that when you go to the bank you can't get coin, if that's the case. Yeah, I mean, it is varying in different parts of the country, Krita. I'm seeing it pop up here and there in different parts of the country. We, again, have not experienced it where we are. You know, although I have seen it I've seen the signage in national stores. I have seen it, but I have not personally experienced an issue with it in our stores or in getting change. But I wanted you to have the right mentality about it. It's goodwill. It's cheaper than a credit card. Most people will give you more money anyways. They'll give you the $26. So, you know, just don't lose sleep over it. Don't let your people get anxiety over it. Don't let your people get in a fight with somebody over 39 cents. Okay? I mean, it's just not worth it in any times. I don't want people to worry about it in coin shortage times or at any time. So I just want you to have that there and know about it and just be aware of it, since it's come up as a topic of conversation a couple times in the last week. I thought I should help you. I didn't get out the pink calculator, but I thought we should do a little bit of math there. The other big thing that we got to talk about and start mentally getting prepared for is, pending this debate tonight, because anything can happen in Washington, they are talking again, which is great. The Republicans and Democrats are talking, the leadership anyways. The deal makers in this, which are the White House Chief of Staff, the Secretary of the Treasury, Stevie Boy, and Nancy Pelosi, are all talking and trying to come up with a deal that both sides can live with, and they both sides are actually saying that they can come up with one this week, which, again, they need something in September. Technically, they go on recess after this week until after the election. And so they need to get things going. Things are bad, you know. You're getting a lot of bad news when Disney lays off 28,000 people today. You know, you're getting bad jobs news, okay? And, you know, we have the airlines on Thursday that are going to do layoffs. So they're trying to avoid all this bad news and keep things going. And with that, they are getting closer together. Probably around a $2 trillion bill. That you know, has strong support for small business, money for airline workers, money for education and childcare, money for states and local governments, money for testing, tracing, and treatment, additional $1,200 payments to families per taxpayer and $500 per dependent. updates to the Employee Retention Tax Credit, uh, infection control plans from OSHA, preserving healthcare coverage, unemployment benefits, extension through January. Yeah, I don't understand their calendar. Their calendar is cuckoo. I wish I got a small percentage of their days off, Kitty. I don't even want as many. I'd be willing to settle for a small percentage. Give me 10%. I'll take 10% of their days off. I don't want to be greedy. So the unemployment assistance would go through January. There'd be housing assistance, food security, with an additional increase to the maximum SNAP benefit, and election safeguards. So what does some of this mean? Okay, it would be some of the key things that affect business are the PPP and EIDL Enhancement Act of 2020. PPP and EIDL Enhancement Act of 2020. Creates targeted relief for the PPP. 10% of remaining and future funding for businesses with 10 or fewer employees, sole proprietors, and the self-employed, and for loans less than $250,000 located at businesses. Up to 30% of remaining and future funding for nonprofit organizations of all sizes and types. Up to 50% of remaining and future funding for secondary PPP loan programs that provide second loans to small businesses with less than 200 employees, and a 25% reduction in revenue year over year. So, it had been in there at 50. They thought they were going to compromise on 35. It's looking like we're going to compromise at a 25% quarterly reduction in any quarter in 2020. Any 3-month period. It changes the forgiveness covered period to align with the use of the loan by the borrowers. Allows you to select the period that it's covered. Prioritizes PPP loans to a second loan to certain small business entities, which are businesses with less than 200 employees that have a reduction in quarter. So there'll be financial reporting requirement to show that you had a reduction in any quarter in 2020 of 25%. Excludes publicly traded entities from being eligible for a secondary loan. Streamlined forgiveness based of small dollar loans. Creates a 3-tier system for... Hey, I don't think you're going to have to race, Kelly, and I think it's going to be pretty. I think the application process the second time around is going to be easier. Based on what I'm getting, and there'll be enough money for the people because they already know who's going to qualify for a second one under this. So it is going to be streamlined. Let's talk about forgiveness for a second. A streamlined forgiveness, a 3-tier system of forgiveness based on loan size. If your loan was under $50,000, the borrower only needs to certify to the administration they have met the requirements of the program for forgiveness and must keep documentation available to substantiate in the event of a audit. From loans from $50,000 to $150,000, borrowers must submit the certification to their lender and must keep documentation available to substantiate in the event of an audit of the loan. And loans over $150,000 would be required to follow the current process for forgiveness. And then there will be a voluntary submission of demographic data, whether or not you use a streamlined application or not. Allows you not to pay a lobbyist, okay, with PPP funds. Let me see. If you have more than one location, so if you have more than one location, your combined first and second PPP cannot exceed 10 million. Okay? My peanut gallery is a little upset about that, but if you have more than one location, your combined PPPs cannot exceed 10 million. But the other thing you'll be able to use your PPP for is you'll be able to use it for PPE expenses as well will be allowed. And if you're in an area that went through riots or other public disturbances, the cost of those disturbances, the PPP can be used for as well. So PPP can be used for PPE and riots. Property damage from that. They're streamlining it if you're sole proprietor or self-employed. Getting rid of the publicly traded businesses. They are making it on bigger loans. So one of the things is, so for loans over $350,000, you have to certify that you couldn't get and prove you couldn't get credit elsewhere. So there will be that clause in it. Again, they're really trying to take this down to the small guy. Continues the personal guarantee waiver, and it's a simple interest loan, not a compounding loan. Hang on a second. Some of this I got this so late. The details, I just want to If you decided not previously were approved for a loan, okay, and decided not to take it, it allows you to go back and take that. And even if you were a criminal before, you can still get a government loan. If we had to guess, the PPP money would be available in October, Kelly, would be my guess. My guess is if something's going to pass, it's going to pass in the next 5 to 10 days. And, they have to update their systems for it. So mid-October would be my guess is when money could be in your account, which is really your question. It also hang on a second there. Oh my, hang on. Banks would be ready by the middle of the month. Yeah, Kelly. They're already banking on this. Banks have been banking on it already, and that Congress was going to do this. My guess is they would be up, ready to go, and ready to issue by no later. If it got approved in the next week, by the middle of October, they'd be ready to be depositing money. It also allows, if you were capped on the idle, okay, if you were capped on the idle, okay, if you got the idle and were capped at the $150,000, it allows them to go back and issue the balance up to $2 million of your eligible amount. They're also creating a lifeline grant program for businesses with less than 50 people. Can request a grant instead of an idle. And it's either the lesser of the working capital needed for 180 days, so basically half gross profit, or $50,000. That's going to be interesting to see how that falls out of this. We'll have to see that. And if you already had an SBA disaster loan, they're creating, prior to COVID, they're creating additional interest and principal relief. And I'm just trying to take some of this in. That's the gist. I mean, this is 80-something pages, almost 90 pages, and that's the skinny version of the bill. But this is getting this is making some tracks down in D.C. This could get derailed because of the debate. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. This could get derailed because of a tweet, one way or the other. Anything can happen still, but there is a immense pressure to get something done before they all leave Washington. Not likely, Julie. Not in the current version I'm reading, but I got to read the full version. I'm reading some excerpts that were sent to me by some of my key people, but I have not read the full language. And the grant part caught me off guard. And my guess is there's some PPP stuff in there too, that if you got a PPP, it excludes you from the idle grant or something like that. But I don't know yet. So, but I will read up on that and become more educated on it. And when I'm more educated on it, you'll be more educated on it. We'll make it all happen. And you know, everything that I talk about here, all the resources, this video even, is over at narts.org/resalestrong by noon the next day. narts.org/resalestrong by noon the next day. I am here every night at more 8 than ish Eastern, every night in the Narts private Facebook group. That's where you find me. If you have a question in between, you just email me, Neil, Neil, at ECIstores.com, Neil at ECIstores.com. We start this program every night with the Good Morning, Good Night book. The Good Morning, Good Night book is how we start this program. Tonight we started on page 82. You're so pretty I can't look directly at you. You're an eclipse. Good morning. Thank you, Julie. Our good night tonight is the sun is gone, but you remain undimmed and glorious. Good night. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Neil Abramson. I do like a good party, a wedding, a bar mitzvah even. There's a wedding this Saturday in Illinois. A wedding this Saturday in Illinois. I'm just saying. I'll be back here tomorrow night at more 8 than ish. But until then, know that you and you, but especially you, yes, you looking on to Rocktober. Rocktober, people, it's coming. You are not alone running this store. I'll see you tomorrow, everybody. Have a great night. It's time for dessert.